Hey, sister-in-law. I'm engaged now. Please celebrate with me.
Oh, wow! Congratulations, Tessie!
Thank you. Can you tell my brother that I am engaged?
From me? You should tell him since it's something to celebrate.
He is pretty annoying, so I don't want to talk to him. He says mean things to me for everything I do. If I tell him that I'm engaged, he will probably give me another boring talk.
Like what?
Like, don't bother your fiancé. You will get married, so be mature, and stuff. He is more annoying than my parents.
I think he's just worried about you because you're his sister. I don't think he's saying that to be mean.
Well, I don't care what he says to me anymore. I don't want him to ruin this happy moment. So can you tell him since you're his wife?
Okay, then I will. Is your fiancé the guy working at the investment bank?
What? That's so long ago. I broke up with him long ago.
Oh, was it that long ago?
Yeah, that's a very long time ago. And I went out with like 5 guys after I broke up with him.
That many? Wow.
I was trying to find the one. You know, you can never tell who is the right guy to get married to until you go out with them. That is why I always had a spare guy.
Spare?
Like a marriage candidate.
Wait, you were not cheating on them, were you?
I've dated several guys at the same time, married before I turned 30. I wasn't married, so it's not illegal to date several guys.
So there's a strict screening process if you go out with them.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, income is important, and jobs with future potential are important too. Oh, and their parents' income is another important factor.
Wait, their parents have to be rich too?
If their parents are poor, then even if my husband is rich, it means nothing. Because their money will be spent on their parents. I don't want to send money to their parents.
Oh, so you got engaged to the guy who passed the strict screening?
Yes, he is a doctor. His parents are both doctors, and his father is the director of a hospital. Also, his grandpa earned a lot of money in real estate.
Oh, wow. That's a rich family.
He's good looking too. He's the best.
But I bet there are more reasons why you chose him. Other than the money. What do you like about him?
Huh? The money is the only reason.
But you're marrying him because you love him, right?
Well, basically, yeah.
Basically.
I love him. He has everything. After his parents die, there will be lots of inheritance that I can use. I am so excited.
Don't say that.
Well, it's true. I can be rich. I tried so hard to make him fall in love with me.
Yeah, that's amazing. How did you make him fall in love with you?
He was the hardest one. Probably because he grew up in a doctor family. He's got strong morals. I did volunteer work to be appealing to him.
You did volunteer work?
I went to dog shelters and I took care of the dogs. The dogs were annoying. And it was such a hard time.
Well, maybe it's rude to say, but I didn't think you liked doing volunteer work and such.
Of course I don't. Working for no money is ridiculous. I quit that dog shelter volunteer halfway through.
Oh. You can actually quit halfway through?
I left the job to the others. Well, I participated in a volunteer, so it's okay. Participation is the most important part, not completing it.
I see.
It takes an effort to get married with good guys.
So, when is the wedding? You have the money, so I bet it is going to be a gorgeous wedding.
Yes, it is going to be a big wedding. The wedding is a year later, and it'll be held at the beautiful Ocean View Chapel.
A year later? How exciting!
I will prepare a lot for the wedding. I want it to be a perfect wedding that anyone would admire. I have to tell everyone that I succeeded.
You're really going all out, aren't you?
Of course. It was my goal to marry a rich guy and have a gorgeous wedding ceremony. The after party is going to be a big party too. But would you come?
I'll pass. My daughter is still small and she'll be tired.
Yeah? It's okay. Just attend the wedding. Please look forward to it.
I'm sorry, Jesse. I can't make it to your wedding.
What? Why?
My daughter just got into an accident.
An accident?
A cyclist crashed into her during our morning walk. And we're now at the hospital.
Oh, just got hit by a bicycle. Not a big accident.
Actually, she hit her head pretty hard. She is still unconscious. We're having tests done right now, so we can't attend your wedding.
Wait. I prepared for this big day for a year, and you're going to cancel at this last minute?
I'm so sorry, Jesse. We were so excited to attend your wedding. But I can't go since my daughter is in critical condition.
Then just leave your daughter at the hospital and come. Just leave her.
I can't leave my daughter. Your brother is contacting your mother right now. It doesn't affect your wedding even if we aren't there, right?
No, it does. You guys have a role.
Role?
You will accompany me when I leave the venue during the wedding.
What? You never told me.
Of course I didn't tell you because it was a surprise. Don't ruin my plan.
Oh, I didn't know. I'm so sorry.
Don't apologize, just come.
I can't. I'm so worried about my daughter.
Why did she have to get in an accident today?
Yeah, not a good day. I feel bad for ruining the celebratory mood.
Ugh, this is why I hate little kids. If you're a mom, then always keep an eye on your daughter. If you can't take care of your children, then don't make babies.
Calm down, Jesse. Your plan might be a little different, but even if we're not there, your wedding will not be ruined, right?
I want everything to be perfect. I can't allow my schedule to get screwed up. You are ruining my wedding that I have prepared for a year.
Please, Jesse. Please understand. It's an emergency situation. I have to stay with her.
I don't care what happens to your daughter.
What?
I should be the first priority. Your stupid daughter just didn't look and ran into a cyclist, right? It's your daughter's fault. So leave her at the hospital.
No, the cyclist didn't look and hit her. She's the victim.
The biggest victim is me. Don't embarrass me.
You won't be embarrassed. If you explain, your husband and his parents will understand.
I don't want them to know that my stupid brother and his wife can't take care of their kids. It's all because of your kid. So terrible. You should have put her on a leash.
Stop it. I feel sorry, but I think that's too rude to say.
I'm telling you the truth. It is so rude to cancel attending the wedding of your sister-in-law.
Your brother is lost for words, too.
So what? You two are both rude.
Is your wedding that important? More important than human life?
At least more important than your stupid kid.
I can't believe it. Anyways, we cannot attend your wedding.
The rehearsal is going to be held in an hour. There's also the introduction of my relatives, so come now.
What are you saying? I said we're not coming.
It doesn't matter. It's your daughter's fault for getting into an accident.
Are you blaming my daughter again? I said my daughter is the victim.
The reason she's hurt is because she lacks attention. Leave her and come to our wedding. If she's unconscious, then you can just leave her. She will not notice. I won't allow your absence.
You're so cruel. Your husband is next to me and he is shocked.
My brother is your husband.
No, I mean your husband. My husband is here too, but your husband is here too.
What are you saying? No way. He was here just now until I entered the makeup room.
I called him to come now.
What? Are you kidding me?
It only takes 15 minutes to get to the hospital from the wedding venue.
What? The wedding is starting soon. What's he doing?
Your attitude is unbelievable. I wanted to show your attitude to your husband. You act differently in front of him, right?
No, That's not true.
What is not true? You said to me you wouldn't allow us to be absent even if our daughter is unconscious. And your wedding is more important than my daughter's life?
That is because I was so mad.
Your husband is so shocked. He has good morals, and he works to improve lives. So he will not let that go.
Did you set me up? Who thought about this? My brother or you?
This is not the time to worry about that. You should be worried about letting your husband down. He is definitely disgusted by your attitude.
Don't you know how hard I tried to marry him?
Yeah, you even did volunteer work that you disliked. Well, you quit and left the work to the others.
Don't tell him that!
Oh, and I told him about how you got close to him because of his money. You said you were looking forward to his parents passing away and being able to spend their inheritance.
I didn't say that. Don't lie.
I'm not lying. It's in the chat history.
Don't say anything more.
I always thought you were so annoying. Shh. Oh, your husband is going back there now. I'm excited to see what's going to happen.
Everything is ruined. It's all your fault.
Whatever you say, I don't care. I don't know what is happening there.
He canceled the wedding.
Oh, he changed his mind. After knowing your real side? No wonder why.
You set me up.
No, you set yourself up. And we tried to help your husband. If his wife is cruel, like you, then he would have such a hard time living.
Stop it! His parents stared at me too.
Oh, his parents finally know your real side too. But is it possible to cancel the wedding on the day?
No one has done it before. My parents suggested to have the wedding today, but he didn't allow it.
Yeah, of course he didn't.
He said if he gets married to a woman like me, it's a disgrace to the family. What does he mean by disgrace?
Disgrace is a disgrace. Your personality is not as he had imagined. And you don't seem to love him.
What are you saying? Anyone would at least try to be a nice lady when they fall in love. He cancels the wedding for such a little thing.
Yes, anyone would try to be a nice lady, but you're too much. His decision cannot be controlled by anybody, so give it up.
Don't say that. I had my whole life on this big wedding day. I can't quit this.
Then what about just having your wedding forcefully? Your husband is not into it, but go for it. I have never seen such a horrible wedding.
Stop it.
You don't know who is listening, so you shouldn't say whatever you want to say. If you want to be a nice lady, be a nice lady. Not only to your love, but to everyone. Jessie tried to convince her husband, but he paid the wedding cancellation fee. And under the condition that he apologized to the attendees, the wedding was canceled, as he wished. However, when he apologized to the attendees, he revealed the reasons why, and Jessie was humiliated. This was revealed after, but Jessie was in a lot of debt. Apparently, she spent all her money when she was looking for a husband-to-be. Clothing, cosmetic surgery, and so much she'd spend on. She probably thought she could pay it off when she marries a rich man. But now she has to pay it back on her own, and now she's been pushed to the brink of bankruptcy. My daughter, on the other hand, recovered and left the hospital a week later. There was no brain damage, just a concussion. I am so relieved for her quick recovery. After that, I haven't seen Jessie, and I haven't been contacting her. And I will never want to be involved with her again.
Mateo, I just sent you some vegetables I harvested from the field. I think this year's crop turned out quite well. Let me know what you think once you've had a chance to taste them. Thanks, sis. Any recommendations on what to try first? I'd have to say the asparagus. It took some time to grow them. Wow, I'm looking forward to trying them. Thanks for sending so much. It's really helpful. Recently, vegetables have become expensive. I can't afford to buy them much. Sure, prices have risen, but aren't there still vegetables within your budget? Isn't the supermarket near your house fairly cheap? Ah, yes. That's true, but I'm barely making ends meet. That much? Should I send some more then? I only give out the good-looking ones since I grow them as a hobby. If you don't mind ones that look a little off, I have plenty more. Really? I have some. I'm really happy. I'm really sorry for all the trouble. Oh, it's nothing. Your company is quite big, isn't it, Mateo? You and your wife Ruby live together. Does it really cost that much to live? When you get married, there are always things that cost money. We aren't both working, Ruby isn't very strong, right? Ah, right. You mentioned she's frail. So part-time work is out of the question? It seems so, but I'll do my best. I knew this when I married her, so I have to be the one to earn money. I've been studying to take on a part-time job recently. A part-time job is good, but don't overdo it. You just got married, so your health is the most important. That's why good food and sleep are the most important. Yes, I understand. I won't do anything that will make me sick. Oh, I also got some strawberries from a neighbor. I should have sent those too. Should I send them now? No, it's fine. As long as it's not too much trouble for you, sis. I have to get back to work soon. Understand, but please contact me if you really need help. Our parents have passed away, so I'm the only one you can rely on, right? My husband will also help, so don't hesitate. Thank you, but I'll do my best as much as possible. I'm sorry for causing you worry. Talk to you later. Hello, Cora. Thank you always for sending the vegetables. Hello, Ruby. It's okay. I enjoy sending them. I'm spacing out the deliveries. Is that okay? Please let me know if you think it's too much. No, it's always just the right amount. It's very helpful. I just received some cabbage and carrots. Sorry if they don't look very good. No, not at all. We always enjoy eating them. But seeing the vegetables you grow, I've become a little interested myself. Really? In farming? I'm not quite ready for that yet. I'm thinking of starting a home garden. That sounds good. There are quite a few things you can grow easily. And more than anything, growing them is fun. If you start and encounter any difficulties, feel free to consult with me. Thank you. I'm not strong enough to work. I hope to be a little support to Mateo. Oh, but it will cost money to get the tools. Actually, I heard a little from my brother. Life is tough. I see. As we get older, we have more weddings and funerals to attend. And there are a lot of irregular things. I really feel how hard it is just to live. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have intruded on your family affairs. But I'm worried because my brother tends to overdo things. Money issues can be stressful. Ruby, you're having a hard time too, aren't you? Are you okay? Compared to Mateo, it's nothing. So I secretly started a part-time job recently. Really? You haven't told my brother? Yes, not yet. But there are many days when I feel unwell and I can't earn at all. I wonder when the day will come when I can tell him about this. I see. Cora? I'm really embarrassed to ask this, but could you give us a little help? I'm worried about Mateo. I thought about asking my parents, but they're very strict. They might tell us to divorce. I don't mind helping, but when I asked Mateo before, he refused. Is that so? Yes, he said he wants to try a little harder himself. Oh, Mateo. If he hears that I asked for help, he might get angry. Mateo is kind. I don't think he'll get angry. But he might blame himself. Would it be difficult to give us some help secretly? I don't mind helping, but because it's about money, wouldn't it be better to discuss it with Mateo first? Then he might not accept it. Mateo is trying hard with his other job now. I'll start repaying the money little by little soon. So could you please help us? I want to support him from behind for that time. Even if it's for a short time, please be there for him. I see, but I can only afford about $500 per month. Is that alright? Yes, that's fine. With $500, I can feed my husband a little bit better. I'll send the money soon. Thank you. I'll send you the bank account number later. Ruby, I'm sorry for the hardship. No, I chose Mateo. I don't regret it. He may be a bit unreliable, but Mateo is very kind. Please support him. I got it. Leave it to me. I will do my best with what I can.
Morning, sis. Thanks for yesterday. I was able to relax for the first time in a while.
Really? You rushed off, didn't you?
I stopped by during a business trip. I couldn't stay long.
Maybe, but... Oh, did you get home?
No, not yet. I'm taking a break in a highway parking area right now. But I was able to have a nice meal and I feel revived. Sis, thank you always.
Hey, Mateo. You were crying when you ate, weren't you?
That's because the homemade food from my sis was so good. I was moved.
But you said it had been a while since you had a human meal, right? Hey, something happened, didn't it? You evaded the question yesterday, but I'm still concerned.
I'm fine.
My husband was worried about you. You've lost a lot more weight than before.
You're worrying too much.
Then don't make yourself look like you need to be worried about. And what do you usually eat? I did make a bit of an effort to cook because Mateo was coming yesterday, but isn't Ruby making homemade food for you?
Well, yes.
And I'm sending vegetables and stuff. So haven't things gotten a little easier than before?
I wonder. Well, I'm fine.
Mateo, has life really not changed from before?
Well, it's so-so.
Don't dodge the question. I'm really serious.
Sis, it's my fault that my income is low, so I have to work hard.
You're working hard enough, aren't you? Why don't you take a look at your living expenses once in a while? You might not want me to be nosy about money, but I'll introduce you to a financial planner I know. You're not in debt, are you?
I'm not in debt.
But like I said before, I can't believe life has gotten this hard on Mateo's salary. I wonder why it's become like that.
I'm sorry.
Ugh, why are you apologizing? I don't want an apology. I want a solution.
I might be done for.
What happened?
Everything was a lie.
What do you mean by a lie?
About Ruby.
Did something happen to Ruby?
Ruby isn't particularly weak. She just doesn't want to work, so she made it like that. And the struggle with living expenses are all due to Ruby's spending.
Do you mean Ruby is spending money?
After we got married, Ruby started to change gradually. About half a year ago, she started saying that I was an ATM. Of course, we talked about it many times, but by the time I realized it, it was too late.
What do you mean it's too late?
I can't stand up to Ruby.
What can I do?
But I said I would make everyone happy at the wedding. And you even paid for the wedding, sis. We were blessed by everyone and received various amounts of money. I feel so guilty about getting a divorce.
But if there's no love, shouldn't you break up?
I didn't know anymore. I was just doing my best to listen to Ruby. I think I might be messed up.
Mateo, you should take a break for a while.
But the company.
Never mind that. It'll work out somehow. When I saw you yesterday, you were completely worn out and had no spirit. I was really worried.
I'm sorry for causing trouble. I'm an adult, but I'm a pathetic man.
Anyway, come back home right now and talk about everything that has happened and rest properly. Hello, Ruby. Is it a good time? Hello, Cora. I was just about to contact you. I can't reach Mateo. Is he still in the hospital? Yes, he is. He hasn't been getting better. It seems he needs a bit more rest. Is that so? I'm sorry. Even though I was with him, I let Mateo collapse from overwork. And you've been supporting us, Cora. Yes, that's why I was surprised. He should have been able to eat proper meals. My brother has lost 22 pounds compared to before. Really? Since we were together every day, I didn't notice that he lost that much weight. When he comes back, I'll make sure he eats nutritious food. No, it's okay. You're probably only going to feed him useless food, aren't you? Excuse me? What do you mean? Weeds or your leftovers. What kind of food are you feeding my brother? I've heard everything. You've been using most of my brother's salary to buy whatever you want, haven't you? What are you talking about? I didn't do that.
I've been monitoring your behavior for the past week. You get up in the afternoon, order food delivery, go out to play in the evening, go shopping and bar hopping. You've been spending my brother's hard-earned money like water, and yet you feed him garbage. What do you think my brother is?
Well, that can't be helped. With my husband's low salary, I can't buy brand items unless I save. It's not my fault, it's Mateo's fault for not earning money.
What? How can you not think you're the one at fault?
Mateo promised to make me happy when we got married. So shouldn't Mateo be the one to make an effort?
You must be out of your mind. It takes mutual effort to make a marriage happy.
I married him because he works at a big company. But in reality, he has a poor salary which shocked me. This is fraud, isn't it?
You're impossible. I heard that after getting married, you gradually started being violent towards him, both verbal and physical, wasn't it? Because of that, Mateo is now seeing a psychiatrist.
Isn't he in the hospital? I heard he collapsed on a business trip.
No, I called Mateo home to keep him away from you.
Then please bring Mateo back home soon. He hasn't been home for a week. Payday is coming up soon, and I need money.
Mateo is not coming back. He says he's getting a divorce from you.
Are you kidding? Please let me talk to Mateo.
You think that if you talk to Mateo, he won't oppose you. But the doctor told him to avoid contact with you, so it's impossible.
But I can't get a divorce in this situation, can I? Because Mateo is mentally exhausted, right?
It's amazing you can laugh after what you've done. You've taken money from me, and you think you're going to be forgiven?
But there's no IOU.
You're a really terrible person. I won't hold back anymore. I'm going to make you take responsibility.
What responsibility are you talking about?
Obviously, it's the responsibility for hurting Mateo. It's not just about money that I've learned from monitoring you for the past week. I also know you have a lover. And your lover is married too, right? I wonder what would happen if I contacted his wife.
I don't have such a person.
Do you? I know you're having secret meetings at hotels. It seems you both are careful because you're married. But I asked a professional to monitor you. The evidence of your adultery is also neatly recorded.
Are you going to show it to the wife of my lover?
Yes, and also to your parents. I heard they're strict, so I wonder what will happen. Your behavior towards your husband, your wasteful spending, and then adultery? I'm looking forward to what comes next.
Wait a minute. Please don't tell my parents. They're the kind of people who casually use corporal punishment.
But didn't you do the same to Mateo? You kicked him, threw things at him, didn't you?
I'll apologize to Mateo. Please just don't do that. Cora, please. I'll do anything, even kneel.
The first thing you need to do is to divorce, and then you have to pay Mateo alimony.
But alimony? I don't have any savings and I can't pay.
You can sell the things you've bought so far and it will help a bit, right? You seem to have a lot. If you sell everything, you'll have a reasonable amount of money.
No, but there are things I've bought with great effort.
Then I'll go ahead and report as it is.
I will somehow make money. From now on, I'll work little by little and pay it back. So please don't tell my parents.
You think I'll believe your lies?
This time it's true, so please believe me.
I'm sorry. I've been deceived by you many times before. I've already made arrangements.
What do you mean?
Your parents just arrived there. They also have evidence of your infidelity, so please take responsibility for what you've done.
No way! Are you lying? Stop joking! Cora, please correct it to my parents.
There's nothing to correct, is there? This is a result of your neglecting to make an effort in your marriage. There's no one left who's on your side. Reflect on how you've hurt my family. And then Ruby was beaten by her in-laws and signed and handed over the divorce papers.
Ruby's parents were indeed quick to use their hands, and it seems they didn't raise her in a commendable way. I feel sorry for her in that respect, but they're strict people, so they've settled the matter of compensation properly. Also, since I sent evidence of the adultery to the family of the lover, it seems there was a battlefield there as well. I heard that Ruby is now working around the clock under her parents' supervision, paying for the alimony and repaying me. A mutual friend of my brother saw Ruby once, and I heard she had lost a lot of weight and didn't look like she used to. Even so, I don't feel sorry for her. She's just in the same state as my brother. I don't know how much debt she still owes to her parents, but I hope she works hard and takes responsibility on her own. On the other hand, my brother has gained weight by taking a slow rest and has returned to his previous bright face. He now doesn't understand why he was under Ruby's control, and it seems his emotional wounds are healing. Also, I heard that Ruby was throwing away the vegetables I sent, and she was purposely limiting my brother's meals to a minimum. My brother felt sorry for me about that, didn't want me to know, and couldn't say anything. I think he thought that if he endured it because he knew about Ruby's family situation. It's probably because my brother is too kind that Ruby was controlling his life. He's going to return to work next month, so I think I'll let him rest at home until then. I'm a little worried, but I think he'll be fine when I see him now. I intend to keep watching over my brother, who has overcome so much, from behind the scenes.